Well, good afternoon. It is Saturday, and it is just about 12:30, and I went to my Weight Watcher meeting this morning. I gained 0.4 pounds. Not really disappointed. Sort of knew it was going to happen because that's the way my weight loss seems to be going today, or this time. So I went to Aldi's, and I wanted to share with you some of the things that I got at Aldi's. They have a lot more Weight Watcher friendly foods. The Fit and Active, they've got the organic stuff now, and so it's really surprising the things that you find in there. Some of the things, though, do seem to be promotional things that they don't. You buy them to try them, and you like them, and you go back, and they're gone, and they're not going to get any more. So that's one of the challenges with purchasing things at Aldi's. Yes, they do have like pantry items that they have all the time, and I had run across an Aldi's points list, and I have a new computer and I hate it, and I went back because I thought I had bookmarked the page. I found the link to this on Facebook, but what I did was I googled Aldi's Weight Watcher points, or Aldi's Foods Weight Watcher points, and there were several links that came up. So I had printed this off and took it with me, but of course you would always want to check the points anyways, which is what I did. All the things that I bought, I went through and I checked the points. So I am doing this on my webcam rather than on my cameras, because the webcam uploads a heck of a lot faster than my high-def camera does. So with all the problems that I'm having with my computer, which I hate, that's the way it is. So to get started, the first thing I had showed you on the video where I packed my lunch to go to work. They call these takeout containers. They've got little dividers in them. They have a little sauce cup, which doesn't hold nearly enough of the dip for my fresh vegetables. But there's two of them in here. There's a green one and a blue one. I thought my husband might appreciate that more than the pink one and the orange one that I had bought previously for myself, which he seems to have absconded with. I did find this in, and it looks like the image is backwards, but this is Fit and Active multigrain bread. They are 1 point per slice, and this was $1.69. Now I'm in the Kansas City area, and this is October of 2014. So prices probably can vary from area to area. So that is my bread. And also, I got turned on to the almond milk, the unsweetened almond milk. It is half the calories of skim milk. This was $2.49 for a half gallon. It is 1 point per cup. Skim milk is 2 points per cup. So you can actually cut your points in half by using this. Now I understand that this isn't for children because children need their calcium, but this is 40 calories per 1 cup serving, or 8 ounces. So that being said, I had discovered, I guess I didn't really realize that they had, where is it? Sugar-free pudding. They have the chocolate and they have the vanilla. And I figured out with the made with milk, or excuse me, made with the almond milk, that these would be 1.5 per serving, which is really a good, this has 25 calories. The dry mix is 25 calories. So with the almond milk, which is 40 calories, that would be 65 calories for one serving. And so these were 45 cents a piece. So that not too bad. And you could get make a fruit salad using this. You could also make like a cream pie. Get one of the reduced fat graham cracker crusts. I know they have them at Hy-Vee. Then, that being said, they have the olive oil spray, which is like the Pam, and it is $1.49. I use this for cooking, for baking. I wanted to try to make some of those kale chips, and it calls for using olive oil. Well, I thought that you could use this and spray that on the kale leaves, and instead of using olive oil, and then it would be free. Although the kale chips are free because they're a vegetable, and you salt it. So, anyways, I do like that. It generally falls behind my stove. I don't know how many cans of that are behind my stove, and I don't. It's cumbersome to pull out and get. So this was something interesting too. Fire roasted tomatoes, and these are organic. The Simply Natural brand. These were $1.29, and they were 1 point per half cup serving. But I didn't see any ingredients in here. It's got unpeeled, fire roasted diced tomatoes, organic tomato juice, organic tomato paste, maybe that's that point, sea salt, calcium chloride, naturally derived citric acid, which so I got a couple of cans of this. We'll see how that works out. Then I got pumpkin, pure 100% pumpkin. You can make dump cakes with it. I saw a recipe for chili using this. I thought that might be an interesting taste. Of course, pumpkin is free. This was 89 cents. This is the tomato sauce. It's the Simply Nature organic tomato sauce. This is 0 points. It is also 79 cents a can. And I like the fact that there was nothing else in it besides tomato puree, sea salt, organic sugar, organic red pepper, and naturally derived citric acid. Now, I did run the points on this with a Weight Watcher app that I have on my phone. Now, I don't have an iPhone, so I have a Nokia phone, and the same app that you would use on an iPhone does not work on my phone. So this is a similar one. It doesn't have the barcode, so I have to plug the numbers into it, which is still handy. On the tomato front, we've got the chunky salsa. A serving of this is 2 tablespoons. It's 0 points, and this was $1.69. So I don't know. It's backwards, so, but you get the idea. And then we have the cream soups. I have the Fit and Active cream of chicken, condensed soup, and the cream of mushroom condensed soup. They were both 59 cents a piece. And they're both 2 points per half cup serving. And there's two and a half servings per cup. But so this whole can would be 5 points. So for instance, if you were making a recipe or making your own recipe, you would count this whole can as 5 points. Now if you were to use it as soup and you use the almond milk, that would be 2.5 points. So you'd have 7.5 points for the can of soup. But I was thinking about a recipe, a shepherd's pie recipe that Weight Watcher girl had on her blog. Then I love this stuff, this brown gravy mix, and it's just the mix and 1 cup of cold water. I like it over my rice. Like if I make a hamburger patty, then I like to make rice with it, or even baked potato, and put canned mushrooms in my gravy. I'll have myself a really nice meal. This is 20 calories per serving. There's 4 servings per container, and that's made. And 1 tablespoon of the mix would be 20 calories. So, but with 1 cup it would be a quarter cup. A quarter cup mixed with water. And it gets thick as it warms up if you haven't used it. And this 0 points per serving, and was 35 cents. I really like this stuff. I also, when I make, I put this stuff in with in my hamburger patty too. Gives it more flavor. Sort of like the onion soup mix that you buy, the Lipton's. Then I found the Fit and Active sugar-free red raspberry preserves. It's 1 point per tablespoon. It was $1.99. So this is 10 calories. 10 calories. I think it's probably the carbohydrates that your point comes from, because there's no fiber, no protein, and no fat. But it did calculate out to 1 point per tablespoon. So and I like that on the thin bagels, I believe they're Thomas thin bagels, or the English muffins that they have, the light English muffins. Those are good. And in that same vein, this is the fruit spread. I think it's supposed to be like the pomanders, but it has 35 calories per 1 tablespoon, but it is 1 point per tablespoon, and it's $1.69. So that stuff is pretty good. Then I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use this for. It's pesto. It's pesto. It's sun-dried tomatoes, cheese, and basil. And I figured I would like Google a recipe, find out what you would serve it on. I think you serve it on pasta. I'm not sure. Sounded interesting. Don't laugh at me because I bought it. It's 1 point per 2 tablespoons full, and it was $1.29. Then let's see here. This is the Fit and Active fat-free zesty Italian dressing, And it's 0 points for 2 tablespoonfuls, and it's $1.29. It's I made a pasta salad with a long time ago. You could use this with that pasta make pasta and throw vegetables in with it, and you would have just your pasta would be what your points would be, unless you put like Parmesan cheese or something on the top. But suddenly salad, spice suddenly salad on there. I put like tomatoes, onions, some diced green peppers, orange peppers. I guess you could put broccoli. You can put any kind of vegetable you want in it. And that's really a good pasta salad to take to work. So, that is, I told you, $1.29. Then this is one of my favorite things. It is called Fresh Sweet Italian Turkey Sausage. And there's 5 links in there. The links are 4 ounces each. You could actually take the sausage out of the casing and brown it up and put it in chili or soup or whatever, or you could just make yourself a sausage link. But I actually package these up individually. I will and put them in the freezer. That way I can pull them out one at a time and cook them up for dinner as I want them. But they're 5 points per 1 link, which is 4 ounces. It's $3.69 for those. They're pretty good. They really are. And I heard about these in my Weight Watcher meeting. Then here is the Fit and Active Lean Ground Turkey, and it's 93% fat free. It's 1 point per ounce. It was $3.29. I got a couple packages of those so I could throw them in the freezer to have. Then I got Spanish quinoa and brown rice blend. You thought my husband might like that. It's sort of like a rice-a-roni thing, but if you haven't had quinoa is like a grain, and when you cook it up, it looks like it has a little tail, like a little tadpole tail or something wrapped around it. But these were $1.79, and it's 7 points for 1 cup when it's cooked up. So that's seasoned for you already. And then this is whole wheat. I don't know how you pronounce this. Couscous. Oh, it's couscous. Okay. And it is $1.79. It's 5 points per 1 cup. Okay, that's couscous. And then I always like to have this on hand. It's the chicken broth, Fit and Active, sodium free, and it's 0 points, and it's $1.49. This makes a great base for any soup that you have that you're making. You could also make mashed potatoes with it, or instead of using milk, you could use this. I've even cooked rice and used this instead of water. It flavors the rice nicely. But there's a recipe for chicken tortilla soup on the back of it. It's got wine in it, but you don't have to use wine. Then I bought some instant brown rice. And it would be 4 points for a cup once it's cooked up. I thought, excuse me, it's just water, and or you could use the chicken broth, but it is $1.49, 4 points per cup, and that's when it's cooked. All right, good. And this is one of my favorite treats that I like to take to work. the Fit and Active Cinnaswirl Drizzled Mini Crisps. And you get 6 bags. They're 2 points per bag. $1.99. Now these are the bags. They're just little tiny mini, maybe about the size of a quarter. The little crisps are, and they have a drizzle of icing on the top. These are really my favorites. I like those. Then the next thing I found, what interested me, these said these were gluten-free. They're pretzels. And they were $2.49. 3 points for 32 pretzel sticks. And that would be 32 pretzel sticks. So it's be a good treat. 3 points, not too bad. Not too bad, but anyways. They had a lot of gluten-free stuff there. They had a gluten-free cake mix, brownie mix, cookie mix. So then there was this that I ran across, the country berry applesauce. And these were $1.49 for 6 individual servings. They have 50 calories in them, but there is no sugar. It's apples, water, raspberry puree, fruit and vegetable juices for color, puree, concentrate, strawberry, apple, blueberry, absorbic acid and natural flavors. So these would be 0 points. That sounds so good. I like the strawberry applesauce, but this simply nature. Then where are they? Then these are pita crackers, garlic and chive pita crackers, and I opened them up so I could bag up. They're 5 crackers is a serving, and they are 2 points for 5 crackers. $1.99. They're called Savorites garlic and chive pita crackers. There's no fat. Well, there's 3 grams of fat, 14 carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, and 2 of protein. But anyway, I thought it'd be a little different treat. Then the last thing are the caramel rice snacks, the Fit and Active. I love these things. They're really good. They're $1.99, 2 points. 2 points for 7 mini cakes, and I've got more than 7 mini cakes in here. I've got 13 mini cakes in here, so I screwed up on that, counting them up. But you can see how big they are. They're pretty big. They're about the size. Well, they're bigger than a silver dollar. I'd say they're like 1.5 inches in diameter. I wanted you to see how big they are. Anyways, so that was all that I got at Aldi's. Just one more thing. I went to the thrift shop and found myself this really pretty aqua blue t-shirt. It's got a little bit of embroidery around the neckline. And it's a 2X, and I paid $2 for it. So I haven't tried it on. It looks like it will fit. Not only that, but I talked about rosemary in my last video. Rosemary had a coat she gave me. It's a little bit too too small. It doesn't close in the front, but it's like a tweed jacket. It's really pretty. I'm glad she thought of me. We sat down and talked for just a few minutes before the meeting, because I was sharing with her one of my failures when I was in Weight Watchers in 88, 89. I quit. Was one of the reasons was I was getting a lot of attention from the guys, and I think I told you this. Well, and it started already, and people have been saying things that I'm uncomfortable with. I don't want attention. I don't like being the center of attention. And when people tell me that my legs are sexy, I don't like that. It's one thing if my husband tells me that, but I don't like it from other people, men or women. So I was talking with Rosemary about that, and so we'll just have to she made a suggestion, and I think I'm gonna follow up on it, because I don't want to sabotage. I don't want my issues of the past to sabotage my future. So anyways, all of you beautiful losers out there, if there's an Aldi's in your area, check them out. You need a quarter. You need a quarter to get a basket. The baskets are locked, and when you return your basket, you get your quarter back. So make sure you have a quarter. Make sure you have bags when you go, unless you want to purchase bags there. The paper ones are 5 cents a piece, and then they have plastic ones, and they also have ones that are insulated to help keep your food cold. But they do not take checks, and they do not take coupons. They will take your debit card, and they will take cash. So the man who owns Aldi's, his brother owns Trader Joe's. So I can see how they're interconnected in the products that Aldi's is now carrying, because it's carrying a lot of things that you would find like at Trader Joe's. I'm not sure that they're even the same brand names or anything, but makes sense, because the interest out there now is in health. There's a lot of interest in your health and in healthy eating. So Aldi's is a German company. Their headquarters here is in Batavia, Illinois, which is in the Chicago area. My family's from Batavia. My mom's mother, my maternal grandmother. So I love Aldi's, and I think I spend $100. It's grocery prices are out of this world, but when I go into Hy-Vee, I spend a lot more than that to buy the same products. But I would encourage you, if I had to suggest one thing to try the unsweetened almond milk. You'll be pleasantly surprised. It is good. I really like it, and I believe you can freeze it. So, oh, and I bought some water, some 24 packs of water, the bottled water. They were like $2.57 for a 24 pack. And I don't want to sound like a kook or crazy, but I think this Ebola thing has sort of made me start thinking about emergencies. And they were saying that should an Ebola epidemic break out, that people might have to shutter into their house for a couple of weeks for things to get under control again. So that's what my mind was thinking. I bought a lot of canned goods, beans, canned beans. Anyways, something, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. In this area, we have tornadoes. So should there be should we have a tornado go through here, there might be a week or so that we could be without power. I do know we've had some really bad ice storms, some snowstorms, where we've been without power for several days. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that an emergency would happen. Aldi's is a great place to stock up. Just be prepared for screaming children. Yeah, unbehaved screaming children. I guess you have to be prepared for that anywhere. And I saw a lady as I was going to the cross-stitch shop. I saw a lady in a parka. And I thought, oh my gosh, I am not ready for this cold weather. So that being said, I don't know when I'm going to do my next video. I don't want to do them when my husband's home because can be a pain, like calling me in the middle of Aldi's and can't find his comb and want me to stop what I'm doing, go and get him a comb and take it home. I told him to get ready for church, and then he can stop by the store and get a comb and comb his hair before he goes to church. I spoil that man too much, but he's well worth it. So God bless everybody. You have a great weekend. Have a great autumn. The leaves are really starting to turn colors around here. The squirrels are collecting nuts. In fact, there's a few of my neighbors that are missing, so I imagine the squirrels have buried them somewhere. So anyways, God bless.